fuckery. Now, in the area of the talents, in the area of what is latent, what needs to be made manifest, that is your discernment and your discernment. Do not be indecisive. Have discernment. If you don't know what your decision is, it's probably because you have all the answers, you have all the facts, but you don't know how you feel. So your answer will be different when your feelings change, not when the facts change. And in reality, you have all the facts. Moving on to your secret. This is your connection to your spirits, the spirits that work for you, the part of the soul that you belong to. Is probably Jupiter, which means the chosen one and ascended one. Don't matter if you're white, black, purple, or ugly. Okay? God loves you. Okay, you can make it out, but you need to have the Lamb of God experience. So don't be afraid to hurt a little bit, and don't be afraid to joy a little bit. Be afraid to lack humility, and be afraid to be a coward. I'm just going to say to move on. Now, in terms of what we're trying to nurture into the world, our soul needs to be right. We need to find that spiritual experience. And if you're an Aries rising, or if you have strong sun energy, you learn your intention. You need to have there's something that you're not able to see because you're hot to trot. You fight. Your thoughts are creating blockages, maybe dereliction, destruction. It might even be inviting a devil. And if there's psychosis, you or someone close to you in your life, and they're in Aries energy, it's not, they don't need medication, they need, call your priestess. Doesn't need to be me, but call your priestess, because it's demonic in nature, and that loss of the mind, the bipolar, the whatever it is, schizophrenic, it's not quite karma, but if it is karma, it's karma because there was slavery. Somebody either chased down too many white boys and they had melanin, or somebody is a descendant from slave owners. I'm just going to tell it right to your face. Let's get to business. Or whatever it is, it's the DNA and it's the mental faculties. So people could be having autism, could be having Asperger's, could be having deformities, could be having Down syndrome. They also could be going crazy, so they could have bipolar, they could have schizophrenia. I'm sorry to just say it, especially if you're an Aries, but I'm just going to tell it to you like it is. Now, Taurus and also the covenant. So you need boundaries. I keep hearing that you keep getting dicked down by a demon, so you keep chasing the wrong kinds of D, and that you invite it into your house, and you need better boundaries. So know your value, know your worth, or people are going to steal it from you. And these are fifth dimensional spirits. So there's a difference between accidental devilishness and intentional devilishness. And you may be accidentally stumbling into the hands of somebody who's evil and made a pledge and pledged their power to the dark. So Taurus rising especially, get your mind right, get your life right, get your spirit right, get some boundaries about yourself. Gemini, let's talk about you now. So you might have a relationship to that Aries that I was talking about, or you can be in a relationship. You might be in a relationship with that Aries that you were talking about. Now, some of these Geminis are going to be the Aries that I'm talking about. In that sense, you have a twin in the spiritual. You need to do what's called ancestral veneration. You need to get some waters on a Boveda. A Boveda is called an ancestor altar. If anything that I'm saying in this medicine hour you need help with, Oracle at vertexofabundance.org. We're standing by ready to assist you. So what I'm saying is that either you're in a relationship with somebody with some, I heard the word schizophrenia. I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say some mental shenanigans, some fuckery. But, or you may be that Aries. And if you are that Aries that I was talking about, Gemini rising Aries sun, it could be, or Aries rising Gemini sun, it could be, usually Gemini rising, because I'm giving guidance to the Geminis. You might need to do ancestral veneration. It's not, don't get pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceuticals is sorcery. And I'm not a medical professional, so I will say that, you know, take what you need, leave the rest. You practice discernment, of course. But it's something karmic. And what I'm being told is you actually have a responsibility to your family to be like the priest for the family. Pray for people, help people, you know, check on them on a spiritual level, and it's not happening. And you're the only one in your family who can do it, and your family's kind of fallen. So like the DNA up alive in you, one time was sacred, one time was sovereign, but like there's too much devilishness has gone down, and something needs to be rectified. Now, Cancer rising especially. There is a secret about you that was recently revealed, and in this secret, it was some type of journey that you went on. So it could have been like intuitive abilities that were opening up, is what I'm being told. And you've been searching for like how to do this, how to do that, like how to make your own Florida water, how to like call on your spirits, how to, you know, pray with your ancestors, all those little things. So oracle@vertexofabundance.org is a resource for you. You can send me a note and we'll figure out what you need to do. And you know, I don't really do readings a lot for the public, but you can send your birth date and I'll literally look at the numbers and stuff will just start coming through. And I'll pop you off an email and I'm gonna sell you. I'm gonna say, join this, send me this, da 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 da. It ain't for free. But I'm just letting you know because they're telling me to like invite you in. If you're Cancer rising, it's time you come find your place in the heavens. All right. So now, Leo, you need to get the over yourself. But here's what's going on. Your ego is becoming a burden on you. You can't see that you are disrespected in the environment that you're in. There's something that you put a lot of work into, or a lot of hope, wish, prayer, dream, ambition, energy into, and it's no longer yours. It's like, and here's the deal with a Leo. The guidance is always, you're probably right. Whatever you're thinking, you're probably right. But here's the deal. Pet your own self, big kitty. If somebody can't see how great you are, if somebody can't see what you've done for them and you need to keep reminding them of it, leave. The rest is ego shit. The rest is devilish shit. Period. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If they can't see how bright you shine, if they're not looking for the sunlight, if they don't want daylight brought to the depths of their soul, why are you trying? Do you understand? So see the daylight, see the dawn, and go where it is. Don't stand there waiting for it to come around because they promised it to you. And don't put your all into it either, girl. Ew. Strength, courage, and wisdom is what you need. And you need to give it to yourself. You can't be looking for affirmation from outside of you. Your job is to shine bright like the sun. Some people don't like the sun. Some people are allergic to it. Next. Virgo. Okay, so you're a queen, honey. You're a queen. And, you know, Leo plus Virgo is the Sphinx. So you're a keeper of ancient secrets and you're a beautiful teacher. But your job is to bring consciousness experience and bring labeling, bring a name for the experience to the physical. So all these sacred sovereign things could be going on and you're supposed to call it what it is. And then with your beauty, with your intention, with your aesthetic sensibilities, your value judgments, purge, detox shadow and allow the good to come through here. Okay. And then that's the guidance. Now, this would be self-discernment, being holding up a light in the darkness. You're able to see or to get to the bottom of facts in a way that other people are not. So I'm just going to put that out there for you. Let's move on. If you have a strong Jupiter in your chart, or you have Jupiter in the 1st, 4th, 7th, 10th house, this is saying that there's an opportunity coming. So an opportunity has finally come and you've been waiting for some time. Libra. I'm being told to drive life forward. Like, stop with the waiting or stop trying to figure things out or reconcile things. That's annoying, Libra. It's annoying. Let me tell you how this works. So, have hope, wish, and dream. That's the Libra way. It's hard for Libra to believe that a person isn't infinitely endowed with the quality they're looking for, and Libra will go when they come to find out that it's not there. So believe that it's possible, hope, wish, and pray forward in your life, but drive life forward according to intellect, reasoning, communication, and clarity. Truth, as it is in actual factual reality. Don't wait for it in the future. Drive forward now. If it's not where you are right now, you can create it somewhere else. And you should do it. Period. Because anything else, shenanigans. Now, if you have a strong Neptune in your chart, if there's a lot of stuff in your 12th house, There are agendas around you that you're not seeing, and so the universe is trying to slow you down so that you can see it. So this surrender, this sacrifice, this waylay, this postponement, it's so that you're in alignment, because you have strong power here in the physical. You're designed to serve God here in the physical, but God doesn't mean like this high mighty thing, you know, on a cloud, thrones, pearly gates, and yada yada. It's the generator, operator, destroyer. The earth has a spiritual eye itself, and your job is to serve that. And for whatever reason, you're a priestess of it as well. But for whatever reason, there's a lot of agendas, a lot of energies blocking your communication with spirit. And what you need to do is either increase your power, increase your ashe, increase your vibration, or walk. You know, and that's something that the high priestess can do. The high priestess could be involved in the cycle, but from across town, from across the world, because she has, she could, you know, meditate. She can pull tarot cards. She could do divination. She could, you know, use her crystal ball. But also, she is passive, so she may withdraw her energy and not withdraw her discernment, or she may withdraw her energy but not withdraw her stake in the situation, in the cycle itself. Whatever it is, you don't need to prove yourself. You don't need to prove your power. This is what kind of like my guidance to Leo. It's kind of like, pet your own self, big kitty. Pet your damn self, big kitty. Don't cry because nobody will pet you. Pet yourself first. Okay? It's kind of like here, like, you don't need to compete. If this is something that you need to compete, it's not worthy. Because if it's not a flow, it's not a go. And if you're receiving pushback, it means that it's like it won't meld well. Like magnets repelling from each other. Now, Scorpio rising. Release. Release, 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 release. Okay, release. Okay, okay. Now, burn it to the ground, but not in a manipulative, vindictive way. You don't need to prove a point. If someone hurt you, they did you a favor. Guess what, boo? The wound is where the light shines through. A broken heart is an open heart. So you sitting here quibbling, crying, complaining over something that been done happen. It taught you something, right? Your personal power, foresight, insight, and hindsight. Girl, now you overstand, not just understand. Girl, why you crying? Get over your damn self. Get over your damn self. Period. Move on with an open heart. If you need to burn it to the ground, with an open heart. Don't do it violently. Don't do it backhandedly. Don't do it manipulatively. Don't do it in a scorpionic way. Pluto is the lord of karma. You don't think coming up against a god and disrespecting a god isn't going to get somebody caught up? Do you think you need to spend your time, step off your throne to get caught up with them? So karma will come back around and it will get them. It'll stick it to them. You know what's this? Uranus and Saturn. Sudden, swift, ruthless karma. So, yeah, you might need to burn it to the ground. But, you know, be like a Cancer. When you withdraw your energy, ain't nothing let you know you done messed up like the absence of a Cancer. The person always loving on you, nurturing you, feeding you, you know, sustaining you, and then they're gone. So you give that, but it's not nurturance, it's passion. It's shared emotional needs. It's depth of experience. It's the deepness of a bond. I look at all the fixed signs as glue. I look at Scorpio as the emotional glue of the group. They're the conscientious ones, who's rather direct, and I don't get a lot of conscientious people that blab off at the mouth, but I like a high C, high D person. There's not many of them. That's an oxymoron. It's kind of like a unicorn or a jackalope. You don't see many of those in nature, but they exist. So in this situation, let it die. The saddest part of a broken heart isn't the ending, honey. It's the start. You knew when you done got up into it that it was going to break you open, that you were losing, you were falling. And it's not just in love. It's in darkness. It's in shadow. It's in lust. It's in shenanigans. And it's in ascension as well. Liberation. Okay? Now, Sagittarius. You should be living in heaven on earth, dear, but for whatever reason. So this is the energy here of aim, 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 and it's 2 years later and you haven't fired. You're not a Capricorn. I don't even care about your progressed chart. You ain't a Capricorn. Shoot, aim, then ask what happened. Where'd the arrow go? Now, miss the arrow 5 times, go to sleep that night, and you'll wake up in the next day ambitious. And that's where the wisdom's going to come from. You can't stress out about not knowing something or not being able to figure it out. Go on the journey anyways. Sagittarians learn by mistake. It's the tinkering, the experimenting, as a Sag rising, the experience itself is so much more worthwhile than the destination. Getting caught up on no destination ain't gonna do you no nothing. No one's going to be at the Sagittarius funeral and being like, well, here lies the Sagittarius. Here's what he almost did. Here's the life she almost had. No, they're going to be like, here's her legacy. Here's who she leaves behind. Don't aim, 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 aim. Fire the arrow. Okay? And the last 3 days, something started to come together, but it came together through something being removed as well. Detoxified. Okay, so you could be detoxifying restlessness, you could be detoxifying recklessness, you could be detoxifying the blockages to your angelic insight as well. Now, Capricorn, there's some type of obsession that you have with winning, and you might be competing with somebody because you're immature. I'm just gonna say it, okay? Now, there's something else here, that there's somebody who you shared a secret with and they're using it to block you now. But this person might be, so what I just accused you of, competing with somebody for no reason, getting on somebody's, in somebody's way for no reason, they may be doing that to you as well, but I'm getting that, competing for no reason. There's also somebody's refusing to go on a journey. They need to go get paperwork done or file something in court, or they might need to sue somebody. So somebody embezzled from them. There was a financial misagreement. Somebody had an addiction that created a financial catastrophe in the business. Now, somebody has an addictive habit also in the family, and it's a younger daughter. Now, she had gone to school, but the thing is, she can't take care of herself. So even though she's 19 or whatever, she can't pay her bills, she can't wipe her damn ass, she can't use her common damn sense. So she might as well be a little child, like a baby. Okay, she doesn't need to be away from home. She needs to come back home and be moderated. Somebody needs to throw her in a dungeon for a year because she's reckless and combative, too. Combative. She will steal from you. She will lie from you to you. She will fuck you up. And she's your daughter. So, Oracle at vertexofabundance.org. I'm sorry, Capricorn. I don't have nothing nice to say. Yeah, I apologize. Email me if you need to. The link is in the show notes. Okay? Now, if you have strong Uranus in your chart, you should be learning from your mistakes, and you need to also understand how to prepare for the unexpected. So wake up every day, prepare for the unexpected, wake up every day, and find meaning, find value in the shift, because Uranus is a live wire, but it's about spirit. It's literally your spirit's power. It's your personal power. So when you find obstacles to your personal power, oftentimes the thing that's scary is that you are the obstacle. But understand that you're finding your personal power. So just go through and grow through, because it's a fun experience. But understand you probably, this is like paving yourself, blocking yourself in, or I'll do that sometimes. I'll be mopping the kitchen floor, and then I'll mop myself into a corner. I have to step over the part that I just mopped. That's very Uranus kind of stuff. It's a really, and ascending, and a lot of energy is going to be coming at you, and you're going to be having all these experiences, but are like in the mind. So like discernment, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, they're all going to kind of, they've been there latent, and now they're becoming manifest to the surface. And so that's what's going on. And this is if you have strong Uranus in your chart. Like I have Uranus in the first house natally. Okay. Uranus is transiting my sixth house right now, brand new. Sixth house is devotional. So that's like your devotional path. Okay. And I'm a Sag rising. So that would be going through Taurus in the Vedic chart. I mean, in the Western chart. Okay. It's my partnership. It's transiting my partnership house in the Vedic chart. All right. So, Aquarius. You are the special energy for this reading. So the archetype of Aquarius is galactic scenery. And I like Aquarius because the 11th house is literally where guardian angels come through, where angels come through, where the guides, so like the ascended masters, these are beings that have kind of fallen away from the lower karmic experiences. They purified, clarified, or just never experienced it because they never dropped that low into a density. Extraterrestrials, extra-dimensional beings come through in the 11th house. Now, Aquarius is basically like Leo, which is strength, courage, and wisdom, or your heart's ambition. I call it your heart's desire, Leo. So Aquarius would be your soul's ambition versus Leo, your heart's desire. Leo is strength, courage, and wisdom. Well, you can't have strength, courage, and wisdom without faith, hope, and optimism. So Aquarius would be the faith, hope, and optimism. When you hear me say bigger, brighter, and better, I'm literally thinking about the star card. So that's all the Aquarius energy. And again, since Aquarius is the sign of the reading, we're gonna talk about that. So I was just talking, and this was a straight channel, so I was just talking about like guardian angels and ascended masters and all that stuff. So the fifth house is the karma that you're born with. I have Jupiter natally in my fifth house. So if you have planets in your fifth house, unless it's Mars or Saturn, you did really well in the previous lifetime. Now, if you have Mars or Saturn, it's not negative, but it means that you give away your fortune, or you allow it to be stolen from you, and you give all your everything to. So if you have Saturn in the fifth house, it would mean that and Saturn is the old ruler of Aquarius. So if you have Saturn in the fifth house, it would mean that you give your everything to your children. You give your everything to your passions, your projects. You invest your everything in a speculative business. You know, you want to be an investor in real estate. So you buy the ugliest house, the wrong number. The numbers look ugly because you bought it because it was pretty. You don't buy an investment property because it looks good. You buy it because the numbers work. Okay, little things like that. So that's Saturn in the fifth house, and then Mars in the fifth house is the same, but Mars would be there was something in the previous lifetime that you didn't protect. So especially if you have Saturn and Mars there. So it means you have to, in this lifetime, put your energy out into the environment, maybe have children, maybe have passionate projects, maybe compete out there in the world. So, you know, Leo's the energy that you come into this world with. Aquarius is what you become through being in this world. Now, what it's saying is your future is going to equal out, it's going to even out because of spiritual principles, because you master your divinity, cups. And that's what's going to bring you into universal, sovereign, galactic alignment here. And I'm saying galactic alignment because of the star card. We're in the star house. This is what your future looks like. Now, moving on to Pisces. It seems like it feels to me like Jupiter's doing stuff, even though, I'm talking about Pisces and Jupiter's in Scorpio. It's a trine. So what I'm picking up on is over the next week or so, you're going to be getting a lot of. So the guidance for Pisces is, well, my findings are to fuel the harvest, and the guidance is to open up the gate for the Lords of Time and the Lords of Karma to come through. So believe that the universe is conspiring to help you, and don't worry about either your lack of money or your need for money or your abundance of money. Create the circumstances in your life that you want by preparing for the energy to come. If you want a boyfriend, clean out some room in your closet. make an extra drawer in the bathroom. Maybe get an extra spare toothbrush, or buy a toothbrush holder so that he can put his toothbrush there. Say you want a great job. I mean, you're not going to get a job for 6 months, girl, but have a resume ready to go. You know, go polish off all your uniforms, your interviewing suits. I don't know. I have special suits for interviews. Even though I'm not in business anymore, I just can't let go of my suits because I love to dress nice. You know, stuff like that. Whatever it is, like, go through the motions, go through the fantasy down here on Earth, and it will come through from the heavens. Now, if you have a strong sun in your chart, or you are a Scorpio rising, or you have your Venus in an Earth sign, this is the time for release right now, and understand that even though, why not? Even though it feels like things are breaking down, there's destruction, there's dilution, there's disruption, dissolution. Things are actually coming together. Even though it looks like things are falling apart, it looks like things are actually falling together. And you need to be willing and ready to go on this journey through the physical, and understand that because you have an addiction to the physical, you probably definitely have like your Venus in Virgo, or your Venus in an Earth sign, Taurus, or Capricorn. All of those signs are problematic for Venus. Even Venus and Taurus, you become very fixed and you're prone to addiction. And with the sun, you put energy out there into the environment that might create obstacles. If somebody has a different way of going about something, and somebody has a different way of seeing things, someone has a different way of enjoying themselves, it's going to create an obstacle for you. And what you need to do is release. Release your attachment, release your addiction, release your illusion, release your darkness, release your fear of change and death. Death is not to die. When we die, when we're free, this dimension sucks. And if you don't know it, stop watching the TV. So that's what I'm getting through for the sun. Because if you have a strong Pluto, they're going to be getting the devil out of your life. And if you have a strong Saturn, that's why we're here today. This is a Saturn briefing. So this is also going to talk about the retrograde, by the way. Saturn came direct on the 6th, I believe. And so there we go. I don't have to do another video. Oh, my work's done. Yay, yay, yay. Okay, so so things should be coming together for you, because in the retrograde, it was working out anything, especially people, places, and things that were in alignment with you, and it was trying to find a way to harmonize, purify, cleanse. So Saturn takes a lot away, but it also gives you things when you stop fighting for what it took. So if you're putting your energy, you're putting your spirit, karma, life, past, destiny, or your people, places, and things around you are taking up your spirit, karma, life, past, destiny, or getting in the way of your spirit, karma, life, past, destiny, what will happen is it'll be eradicated. Hopefully not violently, but that can happen as well. And it's for the purpose of healing, finding, returning you to place, returning you, lifting you back into wholeness. Okay, and then again, remember the message for this whole entire sermon was strength, courage, and wisdom coming into, we all come from the goddess, and to her we're born like a drop of rain, falling to the ocean. So this is the spiritual foundation. Okay, this is the womb of creation as well. This is also the 1111 twin flame, because it's the 4 of wands. All right, and then it would mean that your twin spirit is that with Saturn. So all my Saturn babies, hands up. Oracle at vertexofabundance.org. I'm a Saturn mama. I'm Mama Sakpata. I am Sekhmet. So there you go. Now, it was a delight and an honor to serve you today. Thank you for allowing me the privilege and the pleasure